Okay, so today we're going to really dive into V.S. Ramachandran and Sandra Blakesley's book, Phantoms in the Brain. We're looking for those key insights.
Absolutely. And the core idea really is that these neurological conditions, they aren't just, oddities. They act like these natural experiments.
Experiments. How so?
Well, they kind of peel back the layers, showing us the specific bits and pieces that construct, everything. Our sense of self, consciousness, human nature itself, errors revealing the design, basically.
Got it. And the most famous error maybe is the one the book's named after. Phantom limbs.
Right. You have patients, someone who's lost an arm or a leg, maybe years ago, and they still feel it intensely. Pain, an itch, even the position of fingers that aren't there.
So how does that work? I mean, the limb is gone.
Exactly. But the brain isn't gone. It has this map, right? A representation of the entire body surface. We call it the somatosensory homunculus. And that map, it persists even when the input stops. The part of the map for the missing limb is still there, and neighboring areas on the map, say for the face or shoulder, can actually invade it.
Invade it. So touching their face could feel like their missing hand is being touched.
Precisely that. It's a powerful example of the brain constructing our reality, our body image, even when it contradicts physical facts.
Wow. Okay, that idea of the brain sort of inventing things leads us to something even stranger, maybe Capgras syndrome.
Ah, yes, Capgras. If phantom limbs are about a messed up body map, Capgras is like a broken emotional connection map.
So what happens there? The book describes it as believing a loved one is an imposter.
That's the chilling delusion, yeah. A person becomes convinced that someone incredibly familiar, their spouse, parent, child, has been replaced by an identical duplicate.
Identical, so they look the same.
Visually, yes. The facial recognition part of the brain, it's working fine. They see the face, they know intellectually who it should be. But the connection, the pathway from that visual recognition area to the emotional centers, the limbic system, that's damaged.
So they don't get that immediate rush of warmth, of familiarity.
Exactly. There's zero emotional response. And the brain hates that contradiction. This looks exactly like my wife, but I feel nothing.
So it invents an explanation.
The most logical explanation it can muster in that situation, this must be a very clever imposter. It's a rationalization of a profound emotional disconnect.
It's deeply unsettling. Okay, moving from emotional connections to, attention itself. Hemispatial neglect.
Right, neglect. This usually happens after damage to the brain's right hemisphere. And these patients, they effectively ignore one entire side of the world.
Yeah.
Usually the left side.
Ignore it how? Like they just don't pay attention.
It's more profound than that. It's often like that side doesn't exist for them. They might only eat food from the right side of your plate.
Seriously.
Or shave only the right side of their face, draw only the right half of a clock. It's an unawareness of half of their reality.
And do they know they're doing it? Or are they aware they're missing half the picture?
That's the crucial part. Often, no. They genuinely lack insight into their deficit. They might feel their drawing is complete or that they've surveyed the whole room.
Which tells us what about the brain?
It highlights just how critical that right hemisphere is for constructing our overall sense of space, our awareness, and our ability to attend to the world around us.
So bringing these cases together, phantom limbs, Capgras, neglect, Ramachandran, seems to be building a larger argument about the self.
Exactly. He uses these extreme examples to suggest that our sense of a unified, continuous self isn't, some solid thing sitting in our heads.
More like a construction.
A construction, yeah. It's pieced together moment by moment from all these different systems working together, body maps, emotional tagging, attention networks. It's modular.
So when one module breaks, like in Capgras or neglect,
the overall sense of you changes. The brain scrambles to make sense of it, sometimes creating these bizarre beliefs or ignoring massive chunks of reality to maintain some kind of internal story.
So Phantoms in the Brain really hammers home that our experience of reality, our very sense of being a person, is actively manufactured by the brain.
It really does, which leads to a pretty profound final thought, doesn't it?
Go on.
Well, if the self, your feeling of being you, is this fragile construct built from these different brain bits, what does that mean for things we take for granted, like, say, free will? Is that feeling of being in control, of making conscious choices, is that also just another clever construction, a necessary illusion the brain creates to help us navigate the world, even if the underlying mechanics are more automatic? Something to think about.